Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, wondering why I'm sitting on the bed? Yeah, because this is actually bedtime stories. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you just one story that my grandmother told me. Story my grandmom told me. Yeah, that's why I'm sitting on the bed, because those days for us it used to be bedtime stories. Any of you that were not told bedtime stories, that means you probably must have missed a lot. You missed like those tales by moonlight then that we were told before we go to bed. They actually make real senses, even more than this generation. I don't know what this generation is turning into. Those things don't even exist anymore. I don't know. I don't really know. Maybe it's because I am no longer in the village. But if you are living in the village, you are living in the city, or you are a parent and you still tell your kids bedtime stories, please let me know in the comment section below. Or if you still have a grandmom that still tells you story, do let me know in the comment section if these bedtime stories do exist, if they still exist. I know they do exist, but do they still exist until now? That I don't know. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe, and let me just dive straight to the video. I don't want this video to be longer than 5 minutes. So what's that story that my grandmom told me? Once upon a time, my grandmother used to tell us a story, and then she told us story about a woman not having pot to cook. But I don't know how on earth a woman will not have pot to cook. Anyway, I'm not here to question my grandmom, but the story at the end of it actually taught a good lesson. So this woman never had pot to cook, and then she will be going to her neighbors to beg for pot to cook. And these neighbors of her, they just got tired of giving her pot each time she comes there to beg from them. And then this woman, she would weep, she would beg, and they just said no more. They used to give her before, but all of a sudden they stopped giving her this pot to cook. And this woman, she had nothing doing. Then one fine afternoon, she decided to go into the forest to go and pick kernels, palm kernels, which is nuts from palm fruits. When she got there, she picked a lot, and then she ate until she was satisfied. She came back home, and the next day she was hungry again. She needed to go back to the bush. And then while she was eating in the bush, she got an idea came to her, and then she decided to be selling these palm nuts. She decided to be picking them. She'll go to the market, sell them, and that was how she started making little money. And at the tail end of it all, she used this money, she saved it, and she bought a pot. And that was how she started making more money from this palm nut, until she was able to raise reasonable amount of money. And then she started cooking with her pot and also selling the food which she cooks with her pot. And that was how she became rich. And the other neighbors, they became jealous. They felt so bad that they had to treat her that way, so they came back begging her to forgive them. So that was the end of my grandmom's story. I know some people will be like, this story is not making any sense. What kind of story is this? Yes, it's making a whole lot of senses. And the moral lessons that you can learn from these stories, or this story rather, is number one: when people say no to you, do not feel bad. It's actually preparing you to be strong. Assuming those neighbors of this woman would continue to give her pot every now and then, every time she requests for pot, then she wouldn't have gone into the forest to go look for a way to get her own pot. You see that the the fact that they said no to her has actually made her to have a pot of her own. She's now a pot owner. That's not alone. The fact that they have even rejected her, saying no to her, has made her discover a means of getting money. She has found a way out of her problems. So when people say no to you, it does not mean the end of your life. When you try people for help, if they help you, fine. If they don't help you, try. Think. The reason why God gave you head is so you can think. So think of a way to get out of that place. Think of a way to find a solution to your problem. Think of a way that you can actually manage to build your own. These people that you see that are very, very rich today, most of them were not born with golden spoons. The head, that is why you are given the head. Think. It's never too late. Don't be depending on people. Never ever you put your hope on your fellow human being that they are going to be helping you every time, because people might disappoint you. I think I've mentioned the second moral lesson you can learn. Never ever put your trust on anybody. You might go to them tomorrow and they say no. So these two moral lessons are what I picked from this story my grandmother told me. Do let me know in the comment section, have you learned any other morals from this story? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next video. So good night, bye.